Alright, so boom, if you guys were unaware, let me help you get familiar. Several months ago, at the end of 2021, the top of 2022, I made 2 videos on Commander Dale Brown in Detroit urban survival training, making claims of his weapon disarms and his ability to subdue an individual, an assailant with a weapon was probably not the best case scenario when you find yourself against a criminal. However, I did give the brother props regarding his CQC, his close quarters combat, and ability to use hand-to-hand, or I should say diffuse an individual when dealing with hand-to-hand combat. However, one of the videos, luckily enough, the Detroit urban survival training team just so happened to have it come across their desk, and they said, "Don't be an internet idiot, come to the center and see the training for yourself." So I, being an individual who could not miss this opportunity, said I will book my flight, I will go to Michigan, I will battle Commander Dale Brown, and I'll get the best of them.
Back up, sir.
Oh! Oh!
Snatching down. Oh! I'm pulling down. Extremely painful. Wow. There is a delay in time. Oh! Lord, that should kill you.
What the fuck? As you can see, things did not work out in my favor.
Got your ass whooped tonight.
All jokes aside, Commander Brown and his team are as legit as they come. To make matters even better, it's not as if they just started making videos just to start going viral on social media right now. They do this for a living. They do this on the daily. They protect neighborhoods for several different years, decades, 27 years to be exact.
27.
27.
27.
I said 27.
27.
27.
I started with guns. I was 6 years old, man. My mother was a captain in the army. She was a firearms instructor, so I started with guns first. Yeah. Then I was a wrestler, and then I was a kid, and I wouldn't stop choking kids. They said, "Put me off the team." Yeah. They said I had to put an arm in the choke, and I wouldn't put an arm in the choke. I would just choke the neck. Yeah. Okay. They said, "That's illegal. You can't do that." So
Also, it was like during competition is when they said, yeah, you have to be off the wild.
No, I never made the competition. I was just in training.
Oh, just in training.
Yeah, I was like 8 years old. Yeah, they were like, "Hey, you can't choke kids like that. You got to put their arm in there." So they want you to choke people like this, right? Yeah, like that. Yeah, I don't do that. I just choke in the neck because it worked.
Yeah, makes sense.
If you choke with the arm in there, they can resist. They have all kinds of moves to get out of it. Yeah. And that's when I first learned that I'm not going to be a good sports person.
Fuck them kids.
But it looks like fake on TV.
And you were able to figure all of this out through field
27 years.
This boy, yeah, makes sense. It goes back to 95.
Where were you 27 years ago?
Yeah, I was 1.
Okay, I was choking people.
Yeah.
I was.
Well, technically, you've been choking people since 8.
Okay,
Oh, yes.
very good point.
You've been choking people
For accuracy, that is correct. I should say I was choking people in the streets.
He's not new to this. He is true to this. He was doing this for 27 years, since the early 90s into the mid 90s, with no employees. He was by himself, dolly. He had to recruit volunteers, couldn't even pay them, put them in housing in an effort to have individuals help him protect neighborhoods. Do you recognize how crazy that is? He's the real life Batman.
Go get him, bros.
I was getting violent criminals leave our families alone. I was, in the crack infested hallways, man. It's always amazing, man. I was, beyond broke, and I was in the hallways, my rifle, my dog, and protecting families. And I never thought I was going to. First of all, I never thought I was going to be alive. So this was never going to happen, right? So I thought I was going to be dead. When I said, some cops running away from situations. Not showing up, and I'm talking about guns and violence and people bleeding. Yeah. And I thought the police would show up. I thought you call them, they show up, they help you. It did not happen. There was a lot of situations where I had to solve the issue. Police never showed up. So we're talking about rapes. I had to stop rapes. I had to stop home invasions. I had to stop gangs from doing things. And all I had was me at first. Then I had a volunteer. Then another volunteer. Yeah. So.
And that was in 94.
95, 96, 97, yeah, and then we started getting jobs.
Mans was doing his job so well, the police was getting all the credit when they were doing none of the work. Police phone calls dropped by 90% in any neighborhood that this man occupied. Do you recognize that Batman himself resided in the slums of Detroit, and the police side over here, commissioners like, we're doing a great job. No, he was doing a great job.
Our normal philosophy is you have to have money to have safety. Yeah. right? But that's just not true. And it shouldn't be true, I should say. It should not be true. So my point is to create the infrastructure, what you need, first and foremost, is the education. Without this training, you can't have safety. If I bring a big guy that you can cut his throat, it doesn't matter, right? If I bring 10 guys that can't stop the violence, it doesn't matter if you have the manpower, you don't have the skill set. It's the knowledge. That's the one thing that the internet is trying to avoid, is the reality that the only reason I'm successful is the education. I'm not special. The people aren't special. This building's not special. There's nothing special except the knowledge. Without the knowledge, you either A, you're going to get killed, or B, you're going to get sued, and or you're going to be put in prison. You have to know the law. So the psychology, law, skill in that order. And that's what makes it a system for survival, right? So if I showed someone how to beat people up, they did it and it was wrong, it's now illegal, and now they go to prison. And their family gets sued, or I get sued too. They can sue me for showing them how to do this, and they go out and do some wrong stuff, right?
Do you recognize the kind of person you gotta be, the power you have to wield in an effort to convert individuals into working for you by just learning your techniques? Man's just found regular people out there in the park, showed them the way of Detroit urban survival training. All of a sudden, they done got converted into aiding, him protecting the community, and crime just dropped all around them. He's got the Naruto effect. You talk about main character energy. He is that.
Like you said on the phone, which was the biggest. There's no way a brother for 27 years would run this business and it wouldn't be shut down or there wouldn't be any problem. The fact that you,
dude, where's the negative media? There's not one story of us violating people's rights.
Not a single, not a death. You don't have none of this situation out there. And
if anything would have happened, the media would have ate my ass up.
Yeah.
And I want you to logically think about what it is that I'm about to say right now. A brother in Detroit running a self-defense program for nearly 30 years has not had a single blemish on his record. Not a single act of negligence, not a single death, not a single, severe injury from anybody on his team or staff that had led to any kind of lawsuit or anything like that. A brother in the mid-90s was protecting neighborhoods and ain't nobody had something bad to say about it. If that ain't doing your job right, I don't know what is.
Inside the shoulder area here, and you're just gonna dig down, pulling down. Come here. It goes right in. And also here, it comes right out.
My wrists have not been the same since leaving Michigan. I got a dot right here. Where is right here from the keychain, damn near penetrating my epidermis. Let me tell you something right now. He is as legit as they come. You think these disarms are fake? You think they're phony? You think people are cooperating? They're taking payment to try to make it look good for the camera? I'm telling you, you are sadly mistaken. This brother's speed is on point. If you was to line him and the Flash next to each other and you tried to shoot a goddamn gun at one of them, I promise you, Flash would be second in stopping the gun from discharge. I promise you, this man's speed is on point. The knife disarms. You blink, he's already got the weapon out of your hand into his hand, and your death is imminent. The man's speed is unprecedented, unmatched, and he cannot be tested in that realm of close quarters combat, whether you got a weapon or not.
Facts. Right now, fingers in the eyes. Oh. Weapons out. Then you take Joel and kick. Pull the trigger.
I can't pull it.
He's trying to pull the trigger. Here. The skull, so you control them and smash your skull to the ground. And here, we have it pinned.
I can't fire.
Nope. And that's enough.
He's created a family business. His wife is in there protecting people. His daughter's protecting people. His son's protecting people. Man's got his whole family out here being good human individuals, man.
I gotta say, man, for one, phenomenal work. Definitely changed my mind on it. Like a lot of people, they think it's fake. It's not. It's real. Yeah. The reaction time, I'm blown away by everything.
Yeah, that's the point of this, man. Is getting out there so we can save lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your video channel inadvertently is going to be saving lives just because people are going to be like, oh yeah, I don't think it's real. And when you go back and tell them it's real and you actually show them the proof, they'll be like, wow, that is amazing. And they'll be paid attention to something they never would have paid attention to if it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
They never would have looked, they never would have cared, but because they like your platform, they're gonna listen, and that's gonna affect them, and they're gonna be like open to it. And now here's the greatest thing. It doesn't take any training. All it takes is your brain being exposed. Because your brain is gonna reach into, subconsciously, into your mental internal toolbox, and it's gonna pull out whatever it can think of to save itself. So under extreme threat conditions, your brain is going to try to reach into the mental toolbox, grab the tool to solve the issue. And if you armed it with an idea, it will use that idea. If not, you draw a blank and you panic.
And what's the significance of the watch? Please.
This watch is a waterproof. It's actually a cell phone.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is a real actual phone, its own phone number. And it does
Its own phone number. Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Works internationally.
A lot of people have been asking questions about the
No.
watch.
Yes, and the earpiece.
Yeah, and the
Don't forget the earpiece. This earpiece is not inside the ear.
Oh.
See, it's not inside the ear.
Wow.
This earpiece is waterproof. It is also a bone conduction earpiece. That means that even underwater it works in high winds, but it breathes and listens and hears through the actual pad here against the bones of your face. So this is not an in-the-ear earpiece. And the reason why I wear it is because this is what we do in real life. This is where we dress like this. This ID card. This is our actual job. So unlike other people that are on the internet teaching tactics or techniques in their systems, they're not teaching what they actually use in their everyday life. And this is for us, this is our work. So we actually use our training to protect people. This is to remind people and show people what we use, which is bone conduction, so that they know that there's an option to keeping something out of your ear. So if you don't have anything in your ear, it's safer for you. And what that means is that you could hear commands from a police officer, for example, as you're running by, jogging by, or riding your bike. And that's very important because some people have found out that if you ignore police, even by accident, it can be a problem. But the same is true if you ignored a criminal or a criminal sneaking up behind you. If you had something in your ear, you won't be able to hear the criminals coming up from behind you. So we advocate that you use bone conduction. You can find bone conduction earpieces on our website. Also, this watch is available on our website as well. It's waterproof. And again, this is a great watch. It goes through training. It's got a scratch-proof lens and an impact-resistant lens. But I put it through all kinds of damage and very dangerous conditions and very impactful conditions that would break normal watches. And this watch is still together. So this is a great thing to think about. If you're interested, please go to our website, and that is Detroit-D.U.S.T.com.
And forget just the training. He actually took me on a tour to the neighborhoods that he patrols, from some of the richest neighborhoods out there in Detroit to some of the poorest neighborhoods out there in Detroit. And guess what? Brother got love everywhere he goes. All the neighbors know him on a first name basis. All the bystanders, individuals walking in the street, they all know who he is. And it's not just from social media, so people pulling out their phone, oh my God, I'm here with Commander Brown. Oh no, this man be in the streets every single day. He know your mama, your grandmother, your father, your cousin, your uncle, your nephew, your sister, your baby mama, baby daddy. Doesn't matter who it is. Commander Brown know your entire doggone lineage because he protects your whole family.
And I use a lot of psychology, man. So I try to use peace. I try to always use as much peaceful interaction as possible.
And this brother finally getting the recognition that he deserves. This ain't the first time that he was going viral. This is probably the biggest that he's going viral thus far. But he's constantly out there at different sports events, been with all kinds of different sort of celebrities. He's got a comic that's dropping soon. He's got a book that just dropped on Amazon. I'll leave the link in the description as well. I grabbed my copy. Make sure you go and you grab yours. This man is really out here in the streets, and he's truly trying to outreach to multiple different neighborhoods. He doesn't want to just stay in Michigan to where only people in Michigan are able to find ways to protect themselves and their families. He's going to try to outreach to get nationwide because he's got crew members nationwide right now. Just imagine if you had a Detroit urban survival training in your city. Everybody going to walk around and beg for an assailant to pull up on them. Actually, no, they won't beg because that'd be ludicrous. Don't beg for crime to come your way so you can whip somebody's ass. There's no reason for that. This is just, preventative measures just in case somebody tries you, okay?
Whip somebody's ass. I said whip somebody's ass. Brothers and sisters, are you with me?
If I should kill you, I should knock you out. You know what I'm saying?
And the private session was so good, I had to come back for a group session just so I can learn all kinds of techniques, just in case an individual tries to subdue my EBT cards because they read online my net worth was over $1 million. Well, pull up now. I've got a surprise for you.
TMR, hard target triad. Make yourself a harder target. So TMR, time, method, and route. You change that on a daily basis by 15 to 30 minutes. And now it's going to be really hard for someone to lay in wait, to abduct you, to rob you, to kidnap you, to kill you, right? Attack you and your family, because you changed your time, your method, and your route of travel. So they can't anticipate you. You switch cars. You switch the time you left for work. You switch the time you came home, all right? And then as a result, it's hard for people to lay in wait and to sabotage and to abduct you, stalk you. And you're not gonna even know they're stalking you because you're going about your daily business. When you do this, you've already created a hard target countermeasure to something you didn't even know was taking place. And that's what you really want to do, because ultimately, your objective is to have no problems. So threat management triad is deterrence, detection, defense. You want to deter things you didn't even know was happening. You want them to look at you and say, this is just not a good target. The way that happens is when they look at you and they're saying, I'm going to sneak up in that family's house, or I'm going to attack that family. I'm going to attack the lady. I'm going to attack the husband. I'm going to attack whoever I'm going to attack. Guess what? They can't do that because they can't figure out your time of travel, your method of route of travel, which way you go to and from work or school. If they don't know which way you're going, because it changes every day, then you have to pick another target. You have to pick another person to abduct, to rob, and to home invade. Okay? So, threat management triad is deterrence, detection, defense. The basic starts here. 1, 2, 3. And the reason why you want this is so you don't end up hitting someone in the teeth, which is normal. Now you're leaving a lot of evidence, but you're taking a chance on getting their teeth in your hand, which means you're going to have tetanus shots. And you're also taking a chance of getting an infection and getting bloodborne pathogens from their mouth, their blood, into your bloodstream. So to avoid that, here's a simple way to do that. Back up. That's a way for you to avoid the punches, which you might want to switch to later. So you're gonna have lots of options here, right? This person blocks you and you're at work, you might be like, man, I should kill you. Knock you out, you know what I'm saying? Go slow, go slow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and this goes here. Yes. Okay. So the way that happens goes here, now this hand goes in front.
Oh, it just goes in front. Okay, yes. Got you. Like you're trying to remove this hand to get that.
Which is normal.
Okay.
Chin up. Chin there. Okay, here we go. Go in.
Yeah. Pressure on this side. Perfect. All right. Now this time, grab it, trap the wrist. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, I was studying when they were going. They were going. Okay. Especially the fingers, because I was the same spot.
Yeah, I can figure it out. Once you take it this time, I want you to get ready to use it. Don't stand there with a hand over for me. Good.
Oh,
good.
Yeah, I'll just stab myself.
Okay, same thing. Yes. Now do the wrist break. Always trap the wrist, right? Yep. Perfect.
But then how do I, so it's just
Either
bring me
get the
out
knife
to
or
take
break
the
the
knife?
wrist.
Okay.
One or two, right?
It's going to open up automatically.
Something to give up. Eventually my wrist will break.
Okay.
Right. Perfect.
Okay.
Both hands, you can step towards me.
And I'd just like to say sincerely to everybody at Detroit Urban Survival Training, at everybody at the Detroit Management Center, I appreciate y'all, man. This was a dope ass experience. Everybody was absolutely awesome, genuine individuals. Although I did get my ass whipped, I will be going through physical therapy for the next 17 months. I truly do enjoy the experience that I had. It was once in a lifetime, and I appreciate every single one of y'all. Maybe I might pop out there again. This time, I'll be able to utilize some of the techniques that I used on you, Commander Brown. You never know what the future might hold. Maybe you might be the one who's getting flipped this time. I'm not confident in my chances. I'm pretty sure if your daughter went and she used the techniques on me, I'm probably going to be in the ICU for an additional 3 days. I actually had to get out the hospital because my arm was so jacked up. All right, and the nurses was like, "What happened to you?" I said, "I tried to attack, Commander Brown." They said, "Oh, you shouldn't have did that. We had 17 other hooligans who done got caught up in the streets trying to attack Commander Brown, and now you hooligan number 18." I said, "God damn it! I should have read the damn pamphlet. And no, you're not supposed to try this man in the streets, let alone his own studio on home turf. That's stupid. Use your common sense. Don't try Commander Brown in the streets. You will get flipped." Alright, so boom, I'm out here in Detroit, Michigan at D.U.S.T, Detroit Urban Survival Training, because I had to come and experience it for myself. And let me tell you something right now. I have been converted. I am now a believer. Alright, I just got done with a training with Commander Brown and his team, and let me tell you something right now. Everything is absolutely legit, from the gun disarms to the knife disarms to the close quarters combat. Everything this man teaches is 110% legit. Y'all saw my videos. I was a non-believer before. I didn't truly believe, the knife disarm, the gun disarm would be lethal, would be legit. But Commander Brown's speed is on point. Let me tell you something right now. You put a gun in front of this man's face, he will find a way to avoid it. Okay? This man took me to the ground so many different ways. My head is still spinning. My wrists are in pain right now. So if you're in the Michigan area, or you happen to be on a bordering state, or you like to go and try new things, or you happen to have, frequent flyer miles or something, come to Detroit Urban Survival Training. Come take a class your doggone self and see for yourself. I was one of them people in the comment section like, man, I don't know if this is legit or not. Let me tell you something right now. This is 110% legit. They've got the 5-star review from me. I enjoyed myself here. Commander Brown and his people are amazing individuals. It's not just, oh, well, I'm just a musclehead, I could just take you to the ground and everything. He's very precise, he's knowledgeable, he understands, he's well trained, and moreover, he's not doing this for views, doing it for social media. He really out here in these streets. Mans took me on a tour to one of the best neighborhoods in Michigan, to one of the worst neighborhoods in Michigan, or I should say Detroit, not just Michigan State, but Detroit. This man really is in the streets. People stop him in the street. Hey, how you doing, Commander Brown? Oh, that's great for you to come by. Like, they know this man. He's been doing this for 27 years with a blank slate, clean record. Never did anything wrong. This man's the real life Batman and teaching people how to become Batman. So I implore anybody, if you are still on the fence about Detroit Urban Survival Training, you don't believe what's going on, I'm telling you right now, fly out here, go on a road trip, whatever the case may be, come out here to Detroit Urban Survival Training, take the course for yourself. I am now a believer. Commander Brown, you have my utmost respect, and for myself and all the other detractors, we must all do you a favor and put our motherfucking heads back down. You got it, brother. You absolutely got it.